Welcome to Chainlink Live. My name is Andy Boyan from Chainlink Labs. I got Ricky from Go, Sportemon Go here, and we're going to talk. We're just doing a catch up. We did that one a couple of months ago, and Ricky reached out and said, "Hey, we shipped a whole bunch of new stuff. Let's talk about it?" And I said, "Absolutely," because your community came back empowered in last time, and they're here this time in force as well. Community, we can see your chat questions. I'll do my best to catch them. If you've got good questions, send them. I got my man Kevin in the chat, and maybe another mod somewhere. But ping me and we'll try to get to questions if we can. But first, Ricky, give us a breakdown. What's been going on the past month or two with Sportemon Go?
Well, I'm not sure we got time for all of that, mate, but I'll do my best. Well, look, first, thanks for having us back.
Absolutely.
It's great to catch up, and we value the Chainlink partnership, and we've done a lot of background work to get to basically 3 months. It was 3 months yesterday, so in that time we've been building our app, and we actually have our beta release in the next couple of days. It's more of a pre-release because a lot of the app actually works, and we've just been tying it all together into a single module. So our admins and some other high-level token holders and donors are going to get the chance to play with that in the next week, which is really exciting. So, within 3 months, we've built an app and taken it to market and got pre-release. And in a couple of weeks, I think it'll be a couple of weeks, we'll take it to the full market. So, by end of September. And that's really exciting. And then we'll add on different modules to keep making it more engagement and bring more teams and more athletes and, of course, more people to the app.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, bringing an app to market and getting it out on app stores is no easy feat. Like the rules you got to go through with everybody and all that, making sure it actually works and is engaging and all those things. So congratulations to you there. I'm excited to take a look and see what that looks like when I can get a hold of it. I'm not an early donor, but hey, we got people in the chat that are excited about it. Yes, see, hot fire, all the things. And now you talked to me about a few sports teams or leagues that you guys are talking to. How do these tie in? Who are they? If you can tell us like who they are and what's going on with that?
Yeah, so we started with Australian athletes, and it's a home turf. It clearly got a lot of contacts in that space, and also Australia's a great test market one for products and also for talent and where the market's at with prices, and because it's very competitive, Australia, for sports and sports talent. So we've signed up 30 athletes in total already, and a large portion of those are Australian, with Olympic gold medalists, world championship cyclists, from rugby, from cricket, which won't mean much to you, mate, but rugby, all-time legends, cricket all-time legends. We've even got horse racing jockeys, and a wide variety of sports from male, female, and a number of sports. So it meets all audiences, and it's a great way for us to build out what is going to be one of our, or certainly our first athlete series, Australian Heroes, Hometown Heroes. Australian edition will be the first athlete NFTs we put out, and then after that we'll move to the USA edition, the UK edition, and other countries, and that'll become just SGO does the Hometown Heroes. Cool. And that'll be our project.
So are those collectible NFTs? Is that what those are, like trading cards basically?
Yeah, so the first one in Australia is going to be, somewhere between 25 and 30 different athletes, and they'll be like a digital trading card, but video, and some will have AR experiences in the gold and rarer cards.
So when you, a little bit of nuts and bolts, when you make a deal with an athlete who wants, you're going to use their name, image, and likeness. So there's some relationship there on the business side. So you're dealing with like their agent and their manager and making sure those are contractually good. And then you work with them to actually get those images and import them into the app. Is that a little bit of how it works? Is there anything?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've done a strategic partnership with Pixstar, and they're a platform that has a lot of different managers and athletes on it. I think it's about 16,000 different athletes across the world. And Lauren from Pickstar works very closely with me to identify what we're looking for, what budgets, what we can offer, and who's a good brand fit for us. Because it's not just about the athlete. You know, they could be the awesome talent, but if they don't fit with your brand, if they don't behave, you know, on and off the field, then it really can mess you up if you've spent significant monies in marketing. So very lucky we've got Pickstar on board. They've secured the Australian athletes. We've also got 2 EPL stars, one from Manchester United and one from Chelsea, that we're just waiting for the EPL to sign off on. And that'll happen after the England game that's on currently. So in the next days to a week, we'll be announcing a Manchester United star and a Chelsea star to add to our Australian stars.
Pretty exciting.
Pretty exciting. And we have the NFTs, and then we also have some ambassador roles, and they're the ones that will also promote the platform as well. And as soon as I've got my American one signed up, you're going to love it. You love football, so you're going to love that one. And you know, you'll know him. It's okay.
All right. Send me a ping. Well, I'm sure I'll recognize it and see it, but you know, we'll get them on and we'll talk to it.
Yeah.
Give me an excuse to interview some real footballers here.
Are you saying us Australians aren't real footballers, mate?
Do the agents, do the athletes, do they get it? Do they know what's going on? Are they tuned into NFTs, or is there still a lot of education, or they start? I mean, because the hype the past couple of months, especially, has been pretty crazy, at least on crypto Twitter sides where I live in the DeFi world. Do these folks get it? They understand, like, it's another branding opportunity, it's another income opportunity, it's another fan outreach opportunity.
Yeah, look, it's a real mix. In some ways, it's the Wild West. You know, you've got people that have actually no idea of crypto running around and offering talent ridiculous sums of money because they just think, you know, they're going to put out an NFT and they're going to sell it for $1 million. And of course, it doesn't work that way. And so, but the athlete doesn't know that. So the athlete's got these, you know, big deals in front of them, which is, you know, as good as dog shit, to be honest. And it could really ruin their brand if they go with it and, you know, it turns out to be a scam, or the company gets their money, even if they did make their $1 million, get their money, go away, and the athlete's left with a product that has no collectible value.
Right.
So that's the education that we've had to do, is educate them on why you need to make a market, why you need to maintain the market, and what makes a collectible valuable. And having done that in the physical world for 30 years, we're pretty well placed for that. And that was also a good reason for starting in Australia, because I could use credentials that everyone knew, because the players today collected my products of yesterday.
We call that at Chainlink Labs, we call that information asymmetry. There's a lot of information out there, and people know about crypto, they know about Web3 services or infrastructure or whatever it happens to be. But do you know the pros and cons of various solutions, of like what you're doing?
Yes.
And I actually talked to somebody else recently. I was talking to people in the music industry, crypto and music industry, Koopa from Audius a few weeks ago, and I don't know if it was him who said this, but I've heard the sentiment from that sector that there are some musicians, when they're getting in, like, they're just going all in without really thinking about it. But there's a lot more that are like stepping back and saying, okay, I don't quite understand this. I want to make sure and do it right. So that's what I'm hoping for athletes as well. You know, I'd hate to see athletes just sign on a dotted line and run head first. But then again, when you see those kind of amounts of money, especially like on Twitter, the punks get sold for, you know, millions, just this crazy thing, which is great, right? To spread word of the industry, but not always great for that detailed information and consequences.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult to tell someone they're worth a couple of $1,000s when there's $1 million cyberpunk. I got to tell you, well, you know, not a couple of thousand, but you know what I mean. But look, we are getting a lot of deals now where some people jumped in early, and now they're sorry about that. And they're saying, what can you do? We need to think more long-term. Can you come and give us a long-term plan? And we've had a number of clubs call within the last couple of weeks, or particularly since we were on Showtime, with Jake Paul and Tyrone Woodley. We sponsored that fight.
Right.
We were on the canvas. We were on the billboards leading into the event. And following that, my inbox blew up, because clearly they saw we were serious about it. We were building a global brand. It was a big sponsorship. Went into 3 million different households through pay-per-view. We had Jake Paul and his manager sending out tweets on our behalf, and we were in a lot of the photos and a lot of the footage. So that opened a lot of doors. That gave us some credibility to back up, what people can read on LinkedIn and what they can see in the interviews, like what I've done with you and many other places over a long period of time. But sometimes they just need to go, oh, I saw them. And every sponsorship manager saw it. And believe me, they've contacted us. So we've got some great deals on the table, and we've got some great brands that we're talking to. And a lot of them now are getting educated as they got fixed up in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, and for the viewers and a lot of the Sportemon Go community, it's not always about, when you do those ad placements, it's not always about recruiting more users or people to use the app. It is, right, that's a part of it, but it's also about reaching out to people who need to know your brand at an industry level, so that when you make a call, they're like, oh yeah, I've seen these guys on TV or whatever it is. I saw you on Logan Paul, so at least I'll take your call, and then you can engage in those conversations. So, or it sounds like in your case, it's the other way around, is you're getting the emails. And that's awesome as well.
Yeah, and look, some of them were we reached out, a little while ago, and it didn't really go anywhere. And then they've gone, okay, now we know, because we've only been around 3 months, as far as everyone realised. I mean, we've been doing this for 5 years, but 3 months ago we launched, and so that's what people see. And big brands, they want to sit back, they want to look, they want to see you prove some things. And now we've proven that. We've signed 30 athletes. We've been on Showtime. We've got an NFL team that as soon as we can, we'll lock that in. We've got 2 EPL stars. We've got Hibernian, a big Scottish football team, and we've got another team that we'll be announcing this week. I'm just finalising the contracts now. So, when you got that, they've got someone they can call. They're not the first, and that gives confidence to them to say, okay, we're ready to do this. Let's go. Let's
go. We got a comment right as you said that, so I had to throw that up there. Thanks, AST.
Absolutely.
Jake, you're asking me who I would like an NFT of. Well, Ricky, of course. There's my number one. Asteroid. And my favorite athlete, not like the one I always look up to, but the one who inspires a lot of curiosity and like just joy in me, is Luis Suarez. I love Suarez. I think he's the most fun player to like watch, and all the drama around him. And that's like that first year where he bit a guy in the World Cup. It's the first year I was watching the World Cup and like got into soccer and everything, because I'm American, so it's not like something I grew up with.
Yeah.
But I happened to be in Germany during the Germany World Cup when that all went down. So I love Suarez. He's I don't know the guy. I have no other connection to him or Uruguay or anything. But those actions spawned a lot of activity in my life, professionally as well. So it's just somebody who means a lot to me in a weird way. So thanks for the question, Jake. How about you, Ricky? Any NFTs that you're looking forward to someday? Without leaking alpha, I don't know if you can, right?
Yeah, look, that's a hard one, because I'm going to give something away. But look, the ambassador for our platform, or one of the ambassadors, and the ambassador for cricket, Adam Gilchrist, he changed the game of cricket. He was an idol of mine growing up, or not I was growing up, but me and my son would watch him and watch what he did to the game, and he's a hero on and off the field. So I think he'll be at the front of my queue.
I do know a little about cricket. I used to know the terms, but I don't think I've watched a game. I used to teach a class. I used to teach a sports communication class. And one of the things I did is I required the students to learn about an international sport, just like learn the rules of cricket, learn the rules of sumo, learn the rules of buzkashi. There's an Afghanistan, a sport from Afghanistan that probably not a lot of people know, but buzkashi is really cool. It's a super intense, violent game. Look it up. So try to expand my awareness there, but I do need to brush up on cricket a little bit there. Okay, so we've been talking about NFTs. We've been talking about a lot of these deals. Super excited for that. But earlier you mentioned using Chainlink VRF for something new that's coming out as well. So I wanted to touch on that just so everybody knows this is Chainlink. Sportemon Go uses Chainlink VRF for their secure randomness solution, which is why we talked to Ricky. He uses us, so we're involved with them, and so it works out very nicely. You want an Andy NFT? I don't think you do. I'm not that exciting. Not yet. Thank you, though. Actually, there is one. Somebody did make an Andy NFT.
Really?
It's my. You got my hat and everything. It's somewhere on OpenSea, but I got to get it when gas is low. But what was this other drop you were talking about for Chainlink VRF?
Yeah, so this is brand new. This is a world release, mate. A world release, and we are going to do Sporty Bots, a team of superhero bots across the multi-sports theme, a sort of Marvel cross with Gladiator metaverse theme that'll have different characters, different superpowers, and they'll play in the Sportemon Go stadium. And
awesome.
So this is going to be really, really great. You'll be able to buy them, build them out, swap them, and then we'll lead into different sport-specific series. And they'll be a bit like our Sporty Men will be the ambassadors. And this is going to happen within a week.
So this is
going to be massive. This is coming. It's in development. No one knows about it. It's my secret project, Sporty Bot. 10,000 are going to be released.
Now everybody knows.
Next week with Chainlink VRF. And you might as well go to our site now, register your name so you get the pre-release info because it's going to be gone. It'll go quick.
I can't. I'm in the middle of a stream. I almost opened a tab.
I'll send you one, mate. There's going to be an Andy bot.
Okay. Yeah. No,
It's going to be an Andy bot. You're going to be the sportscaster. I'm going to build you in. You're the sportscaster at Sportemon Go Stadium. There you go.
Also, Waterboy is also acceptable. That was my bench warmer was my position in high school coming up. It reminds me a little bit of Mutant League sports. I don't know if people played Mutant League hockey, Mutant League football, but like, let's do a sport and let's do it in a fun way as a representation for Sportemon Go. I don't know if it'll be that, over the top and disgusting. It doesn't sound like it, but it sounds really fun. And I'm all about that. So I'm really excited to see what that is. Kendra's in here saying maybe something for the kiddos. All right, Kendra.
So this is going to be sort of, Space Jam meets Transformers.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a bit of fun. And I'm not sure if I can drop this in here, but
if you can share a screen, I can show.
We've got
you guys. Ricky messages me on Telegram, so we chat about these things, and it's always in all caps. I love it so much. It's always just like, Andy, I am ready. Yes, let's do this.
That's right,
man.
Mate.
All right, we got Sporty Bots. What are we seeing here?
So this is our Sportyman. And he is going to be the captain of the whole lot of Sporty Bots. They'll have different sports and they're there to rule the future sports metaverse. And you'll be able to buy, swap and trade them starting next week. So if anyone wants to register on our site to get the information, do that now because it will go quick. All these things sell out pretty quick. There's only 10,000 and it's going to be using the randomizer of the VRF. So, there's a whole heap of different characters in different motions and colors. And then later on, we're going to power them up so that you'll be able to compete with each other and play with each other and bet with each other in a friendly manner, of course, person to person, and win someone else's bot and so on as we develop the game.
That's fun. And people can sign up for this on the website now?
Yeah, so we've got an area on the website just to get information, and if you go into that, that's where we're going to drop the first lot of information in regards to the pre-sale. So it's right on our front page. Put your details in, enter the mailing list, and we will get straight back to you with the offers as soon as it goes live in probably 24, 48 hours. The pre-sale, I reckon.
Oh wow, okay. This other image that I brought up, you shared, it has your athlete. It has your NFT that you said.
Yeah, so this is mine, mate. Yeah, so this is mine. That's Adam Gilchrist, and this is one of our cards that's going to be in the Australian Heroes. which is quite exciting. We've still got a little bit of work to do in the animation side of it, but it's very close to what you're going to see. There's 5 different levels. As you'll see, that's got a number 1 star up the top, and that means it's the base card. So you can imagine how good the other cards are going to be. That's our base card. You can see a little 1 star up the top, and then there's 5 different levels. And as you go up in level, the limited edition changes. So we start out with like a trading card, volume, sealed packets, the chase cards, the rare cards, signature cards, and then we go up to the 1 of 21, 1 of 221, 1 of 2021, and we also have a Genesis for each player in an auction. So there's a price points for everyone basically, and we're doing it in like I said, the series. So the Australian heroes, then the US heroes, then UK, and so on, and then we'll also do it via sports. So currently I'm building up the world's best 11, and I've got some of the best players on our list, some that haven't been announced yet, and then we'll build out a cricket best 11, and we'll build out a football best 11, and we'll build out an NFL best 11, and so on. So there's so many series you can do, and as long as you stay with the quality and the products first class, the athletes or the teams are first class, and the limited edition matches the value that fans believe it equals, then you have a winner. And that's where our skills come in, is marrying all those things up so that we know what a product needs to sell for. We know what what a collector needs, so we can leave some money on the table for the secondary market. And then we can underpin all that with having the relationship with the athletes to promote it and to talk on social media and to bring out new releases to keep it fresh in people's mind and keep it going through. Because if you don't do that, eventually, they can die out. So we have a whole program in place that can just go on for so many years already.
Ricky, we're going to head towards wrapping up because I don't want to take too much of your time across the world there. But I was wondering, I have kind of a 2-part question and if you can give a trim sort of answer, what's something for users, like the average person who's excited about sports and NFTs, what's something they might not know that you wish they knew? And then the second part is I'm going to ask you about somebody in the sports industry. Same question. So first, like basic user, somebody who's excited, they're a Sportemon Go community member, what's something you wish they knew?
Look, that's a really good question. We've got so much there. I think the number one thing would be that if you are a fan of sports, we've got something for you. There's no question. So we've got everything from fan filters and fan engagement type things, from polls and quizzes and prediction games that you can play for free and you can have fun with. And, that's almost a pathway into other activities. You can buy NFTs at any price point. So even if you've only got $5, $10, there's something in Sportemon Go for you where you can't, get 100,000 Cyberpunk. Not everyone can afford that. So that's exclusive. We have it for everything. We believe we go to the 99%, the fans, and we use sport as that Trojan horse, and also making it easier for people to buy, which are on that journey to have debit cards and gift cards, and be in supermarkets with gift cards to make it easier. So we're going to be around for a long time. So someone can invest the time and their money to get our tokens and be in it for the long haul at whatever budget they feel. If they want to do fantasy sports, we have free to play, we have pay to play, you can win prizes or money. You want to do a prediction game, the same. Esports, we have esports. Virtual sports, we have that. And we have the kiddie stuff like the stickers and the filters. And we go all the way through to, which is actually a double opt-in, and you do need to be age specific, betting. So we have pathways to betting, and we also have walls up that protects the younger audiences. So it is an application for everyone. And I think that's the message I'd want to get across.
Let me piggyback on there, because it's not just users in this, and in the entire crypto space right now. It's community members, and what that really
Yes.
means is attending things like this. That's incredibly valuable. That shows that people are interested in this content, so that other people will take it seriously, et cetera, et
Yep.
cetera. So it is a flywheel effect. And also, it is really early. You can blog, you can tweet, you can make your own videos, and you can work on that and better yourself as a writer or as a marketer or as a business person
Yep.
or as a coder, as a developer, and contribute to projects in ways. There's hackathons everywhere in this space. There's blogs everywhere in the space. Everybody needs help because the space is growing so fast. So not only is it a user opportunity, it is a community member opportunity. That's how I got in this space. That's how I got a job, is I started blogging. And I started tweeting, and I got involved, and now I work for Chainlink Labs, right? Like, so those opportunities are very real, and they're happening right now. So I want to encourage people on that.
Oh, absolutely, mate. And look, I'll touch quickly on that, because you're absolutely right. Look, we listen to our community a lot, and I think that's why they turn up to these things in droves, because me and my son and other senior members of management, we're in the chats all day. You know, we're on the voice chat there. We have YouTube. We have all the social media, but not just to get more people in, to actually engage the people we have. And they are our super fans, and we involve them. I've just done a deal with Hibernians Football Club that will have a press release on TV. It, will have the captain and the president, and we're on the jersey for this team, and we've got board signing. You know, it's a big deal, NFTs and fan tokens. But I've given an experience to one of our admins to be our representative, to go and represent Sportemon Go. He lives in Scotland. He can go and do that, get that experience, and bring that back to the rest of the community. And we're going to duplicate that around the world. And so we have experiences that money can't buy. And that's because of the crypto community that's there. So I like
it's
that
participatory. Decentralized culture has to be participatory, and so those participation teams recognize that. That happened to me, so I try to extend that as well. So please, let's see that. Okay, follow up question to that one though was, what do you wish somebody in the sports industry, whether it's a manager, an athlete, or somebody from a team in the back office, what's something you wish they knew about this industry that would help clarify something for them, whether or not it's about Sportemon Go? What do you wish they knew?
I wish they knew more about the tokenomics side of things, and that how important the recurring incomes are if you do it right. If you do a deal right, there's a lot of money for the athlete and or the team, which ultimately, if you're using rights, that's got to be a priority, is that the athlete and team get the majority of the money, and that their relationship with a fan is closer. And if they understand the tokenomics, then it's a lot easier to do a deal with someone, because they can look at the history. If you look at the history, we've done this in the past, we can do this in the future, as opposed to a check up front from someone that, look, they make their money on day one and they're gone. And we know those people are in this market space in crypto. And so that's the number one thing that I wish, is that they had a little bit more education, so they knew that the platform's important, the company behind the platform, the liquidity pool, who's looking after the money, and
their infrastructure provider, right?
Yeah, their infrastructure provider, the verifiable facts, to make sure that there is only 10 of these collectibles, and that it was a fair random event, and so on. So absolutely, the partner they have on the blockchain, and that partner's partners are crucial, because at the end of the day, if someone pays them one lot of money and then disappears, or doesn't even get to pay it to them, does a runner, does a rug, that's bad for the whole industry. It's bad for the club, and it can set us back. Whereas I really view that this is an opportunity to take, instead of 1% of the population, we can go to the 100. We get the other 99 through sport. And like Hibernians, we get a chance on a daily basis to talk to their 100,000 fans, and we get to educate them. We get to give them a wallet. We get to give them an NFT, get to give them SGO tokens. And in this deal, we'll probably, if not double, we'll certainly add, 10, 15,000 holders in the first month through doing those activities, which wouldn't have occurred. So that's good for crypto, not only us.
We got to get one of those caber toss NFTs. Now you're talking a Scottish team. Let's move to some Scottish sports. Ricky, I was going to have you on for like 20 minutes and do a catch up, and here we are. We went the whole session because I love talking to you. I really appreciate your time, man. It's always engaging, and I'm truly honest when I'm saying this. Let's do it again. Let's do it again in a couple months. Let's see where we are.
I'm going to call you. I'm going to hit you up with me.
Hit me up in all caps. Do it.
All caps. I'm going to hit you up in all caps. You know that. And mate, you're on for the sportscaster. I won't put you as a water boy. Sporty bot. You'll be the sportscaster at the Metaverse Games, mate. You're in.
All right. Well, I appreciate it. And Ricky, we'll talk to you next time. I'm going to talk to these guys real quick and make sure they do all the following and everything like that. But you have a good night, man.
Beautiful, mate. Thanks for your time again.
Peace.
Cheers.
Hey, everybody. That's the best session. I love talking to Ricky. And I really appreciate this community coming and having your questions and your enthusiasm. I really appreciate everyone who comes here. So thank you so much for joining. Like and subscribe. I got to say it. Smash that subscribe button. You got to smash it. Smash. The only reason I say it is because it's fun to say. But also, seriously, do it. We do these AMAs. I got 3 more this week. I got one tomorrow at 10, one the next day at 1, one the next day at 1, all Eastern times. But we do these really regularly, and we talk to people and projects that are doing amazing things, like Ricky and Sportemon Go. We are talking to some really cool projects. I'm talking to Benchy this week on Avalanche, the new, relatively new lending protocol. That's going to be Thursday. Should I just say who I'm talking to? Let's see. I'm talking to tomorrow. Oops. Mover, that's a DeFi protocol, and my calendar logged me out, so I don't know who I'm talking to on the Wednesday. I'm gonna find out. One sec. I'm just gonna move over to my phone here. LuxFi. Oh, this is such a cool project. Is they provide luxury goods data like watch prices and collectible jewelry and like all sorts of handbags and sneakers. They're providing that data through the Chainlink network, so people could potentially use those as collateral for lending markets or do some NFT representations of these real world goods. That's going to be a really cool one too. I'm really interested in that. So that's Thursday. Mover on Tuesday and Benchy on Thursday. And hey, who knows? Maybe somebody on Friday. If it comes down to it. And then next week we got a bunch as well. So anyways, like and subscribe, follow Sportemon Go on all of the channels down below, and Chainlink as well. Join our communities, chat with me in communities. I'm in the Telegram. I'm in the Discord a little less, but I'm in the Telegram, and you can always at me on Twitter. You guys know where to find me there. Anything else? You guys got questions? No, you're all just being complimentary and kind. Thank you so much for all of your contributions. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow on Chainlink Live.